What's up everyone? I'm back with a bonus video to my Makeup for Beginners series showing just how easy this look is to create. Let's go! Welcome back, baby! Let's get started. So I'm priming with the NYX Marshmallow Primer, and it smells good. I really like this. This is what's going to help your makeup last, throughout the day. So especially if you're doing this for work or you got a long day of classes or whatever, if your state's back open, it'll last through all of that. So before putting on any foundation or concealer, make sure your under eyes are hydrated with your favorite eye cream. So now I'm doing some color correction and a little bit of perfecting underneath my foundation with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. The reason why I opted for a concealer that was close to my complexion instead of a color corrector was because you'll see in a moment after I blend all of this out that my skin pretty much just looks, it's a little brighter, but brighter as in, like more perfected, radiant, awake, smooth, whatever. But if you're someone who does not like foundation, you can skip that step after blending all of this out because the concealer is close to your skin tone. So if that is you don't like foundation, once you blend all of this out and cover, whatever, you can move on to powder. If you like foundation, like me, then I suggest using a medium to full-ish coverage foundation like this one. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. This stuff it's very easily buildable to full coverage without it looking cakey or crazy or anything. But another trick is to apply your foundation with your beauty sponge, your damp beauty sponge, because you're able to apply and blend at the same time and not have to worry about any streaks or, bristle strokes in your foundation, because that can happen sometimes when you use a brush. So I'm applying this all over. Making sure that the concealer is blended with the foundation and fixing any areas where I have any, hyperpigmentation or I need extra coverage. So now, because you guys know I like a bright under eye, I'm using, this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Okay, so before you guys start freaking out and saying,
let's get an ashy casket ready real, let's take that off.
I'm going to show you a trick to make this look much more suitable and blended to my skin. It's actually it's a little bit of like an underpainting technique, but I'll show you in a moment. So if you choose to go for, additional brightening, this would be where you would add your concealer and then just blend it in. Now I am blending this out. I'm, keeping that brightness concentrated in the center, closer to the center of my face, and then feathering it out as I blend. So what I'm doing right now, I actually took a little bit of my foundation on the tip of my sponge and I am just blending that over my concealer. And it's not enough foundation to where it will completely eclipse my concealer, but it's enough to where you can still see the brightness, so you still get the effect that I was going for, but it's a seamless blend from bright to darker. So I'm just doing the same thing on the other side, and you'll notice that I'm kind of taking any excess of that concealer onto my brow bone to give like a natural brow bone highlight. So now I'm setting the under eye area and I'm not baking. I feel like there's a time and place for baking, and when you're going for a look that's more on the natural-ish side, baking, I don't recommend it. And I'm starting by putting this in all of the areas where you would highlight. So where I put that lighter concealer and then the other center parts of my face without having to actually highlight them with concealer. So now I'm going in with some bronzer, and this is going to give your skin some dimension, some shape. It's gonna, you know, give your cheeks that depth and also add warmth to your face. So adding my little bronze helmet, and I'm using the Black Radiance contour palette. Now you can move on from there if you don't like blush. I love blush, like I love it a lot. So much so that I often have to tone it down with my powder brush.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Why don't you?
So don't mind me while I, you know, make this blend. All right, so now moving on to brows. So I'm starting with brushing my brows up so that I can expose the base line of my brow, what I'm working on right now. And a trick that I learned with just having sparse brows, first you'll want to work slowly. I'm kind of showing, you know, the process so that you guys can actually see like a somewhat more accurate reflection of what I go through when I do my brows. I've cut a little bit, but anyway, I start very slowly. So you see, I actually didn't start at the head of my brow. I actually started in the middle, kind of closer to the arch. I feel like once you really truly build up that arch and, you know, how much space you want, you know, on your brow bone to be exposed and all of that, once you get that part kind of sketched out, it's a lot easier, at least for me, to fill in around that guideline. So, and one trick that I also, you know, suggest for anybody who is especially a beginner to this full face process, if you start with the brow that is most difficult for you, I think I said this in my brow tutorial that I did last year, if you start with the brow that is most difficult for you, it will actually make doing your brows go faster. It will be easier for you to make your good brow, the cooperative brow, match your struggle brow than it is to do the other way around. So you know that you can do your great brow pretty quickly. It's the struggle brow that, you know, takes all the time. This one is my good brow, so now I'm just working to make that match. So I'm going to edit through this a little bit faster than I did the other brow, but you'll notice even with doing this brow, I'm still going back to my struggle brow to make sure that they're as symmetrical as I can possibly get them to be. Now, the best piece of advice, other than start with your struggle brow first, that I can give to any beginner who is just getting started with doing a full face routine is to work slowly and concentrate on short, gentle hair-like strokes, because that's what's going to give you the best looking and most natural looking result. I'm just putting a little bit of that Maybelline concealer on my eyelids and just blending it up to the brow. It's kind of going to be a shadow base, if you will, but you don't have to put on shadow. So, and I set it with some of the Milani powder that I used on my face. So I'm now going into a eyeshadow quad by the Lip Bar, and I'm going into shade that would actually be my transition shade. And what I'm doing is I'm starting with adding the color in my crease and then just bringing that color down my lid towards the lash line. And now I'm just going in with a Kohl eye pencil. This one's by Iman Cosmetics. And I just took that along the lash line. You don't have to be precise. Nothing about this look requires, you know, crazy precision. And I'm just buffing that eyeliner in, just diffusing it along the lash line, not taking it up too far, but I used a smudger brush and then, you know, diffused it even more with the blending brush. This doesn't have to be precise at all. It doesn't have to be perfect. But all you're doing is just adding a little bit of smokiness to your lid, and which is actually going to make your lashes look fuller and longer and just give your eyes some really nice soft definition. I'm taking, there's a darker brown shade in that quad, and I took it on that same smudger brush that I used on my eyeliner, and I just put a little bit of that darker shadow on the lower lash line. This trick actually makes your eyes look more awake. As long as you don't put any dark color in your lash line, it won't close your eyes off. This would be the point where people would put on, you know, some mascara. I have no lashes, so I had to do a little transplant real quick. But so now I'm lining my lips with a brown lip liner. This one is by the Lip Bar. But basically what I'm doing, you'll notice that I'm kind of going a little thick. I'm kind of creating like essentially it's a soft ombre lip, but basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a lip line that's going to look natural to what my lips look like naturally anyway through the lipstick. So you see I put on, you know, the lipstick and I'm, you know, touching up with the lip liner. But I feel this trick is especially important for us melanated sisters because it makes a lot more lipsticks more wearable for us. So at this point I was looking for a lip gloss because it wasn't giving to me like I wanted. So I just put a little bit of clear lip gloss in the center and then just blended it out a little bit with my finger. And using my fingers to blend my lips is actually one of my favorite ways to do so because it looks so natural. So now I'm finishing with my favorite spray, which is by Becca, and it's gone. Sad face. But anyway, this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you feel like you might be able to recreate this. And if you do, please tag me in your looks on Insta. Okay, and that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I wanted to do something simple and do something for, you know, my ladies who don't do, you know, the, you know, 53 step glam, might not know how to and might not want to. Might be a little intimidated by the super extra stuff. So I just wanted to do something that was pretty simple but would give, you know, pretty glam results, but is soft enough to do either every day or would be suitable for a night out. These lashes, these Ardell lashes, okay, so they are the Ardell Naked Lashes, style number 421. I love these. These are so pretty. Oh my gosh. So they have the Invisiband, so when you put them on, they're super comfortable, extremely lightweight. They're totally those lashes that, you know, once the glue fully dries, you won't feel them. They're very, very comfortable. So if you're new to wearing lashes, they might be a little, I don't know, you might feel like they might be a little long. I mean, they're very lightweight and very wispy. So they look long on here, but lashes tend to look a little longer in the tray than they actually look once you put them on. But anyway, they're natural enough to wear every day. They're super, super pretty and lightweight. Like, I really just look like I put on a few coats of mascara. I wish my natural lashes looked like this. My God. Anyway, highly recommend. I got these from Ulta. I'm sure they're in, you know, regular drugstores too, but I absolutely recommend these. Anyway, before I get to rambling, thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, follow me on social media at TheeSamanthaEdit. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, because I figure if you've watched this far, you like what you're watching, right? So yeah, go ahead and hit that cute little subscribe button down there and join my tribe. I'm trying to, you know, build a little cool, laid back, chill community over here, you know what I'm saying, where everything is peace and love, and leave the drama and all that stuff at the door. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.